The following is taken from the 13th episode of Post TAP. If you want to hear the entire podcast, it's on Rumble and on Spotify, and the links will be in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena has turned heel. What are my thoughts on that? Well, quite simply... Thank you, Portuguese Vegeta. Getting rammed by Kakarot. I hate myself. I'm sorry. And this is the portion I'm putting on YouTube, because I'm going to put a clip from this on YouTube. There's going to be not a lot of context for that, and people are going to be like, what? That's why you got to go on Spotify and Rumble and listen to the entire podcast. If you don't do that, you're a pussy and you got no balls. But anyway. So yeah, John Cena, speaking of balls, he kicked someone in the balls and turned heel at the Elimination Chamber, and it was magnificent. But I'm not going to talk about the entire Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, mostly because later today, because I'm recording this right now at about 4 o'clock, at about 7 o'clock, or like 6:30, I think we agreed on. So in a couple hours... me, Sean, and Skylar are going to do an episode of the TAP, my other podcast, and an episode of the Court Martial podcast. It's going to be a simulcast. We're going to do an in-depth, probably 2 to 3 hour long review of the Elimination Chamber. So if you want my more in-depth thoughts on the entire pay-per-view, our review of Elimination Chamber 2025 will be on the channel and on Rumble tomorrow, on Tuesday the 4th. So be looking forward to that, but I just want to focus on my immediate reaction to how the pay-per-view ended. Again, we're going to talk about the entire show later today, or if you're watching this now, tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow when we're going to do our Elimination Chamber review. I just want to focus on the thing that happened, which is what... yes, Cody, this is what I want to talk about. And I have the sneaking suspicion that it's what you want to talk about as well. Holy shit. I think that's the first thing that comes to mind. That and Portuguese Vegeta pleasuring himself. Thanks, John. My God. I never thought it would actually happen. I still am in a state of shock. Although the hints were there, and I'm going to go through like everything I love about this. The hints were there, the breadcrumbs were there, but I still did not think that Triple H would have the titanium nuts required to pull the trigger on this. It was so wonderfully done. It was amazing. And funnily enough, okay, the Royal Rumble, I think I put this on previous podcast, but for those of you that don't know, I work at Pizza Hut. I'm a delivery driver. I asked my boss if I could work that morning so I could watch the Royal Rumble live, and I didn't. I quickly regretted that decision because, you know, Charlotte won the Royal Rumble, and I hated that. And even though I'm totally fine with it now, at the time I hated Jey Uso winning the Rumble. So it was like, of all the shows to watch live, I chose this one. And I was like, I've learned my lesson. I won't be doing that again. So, of course, the very next pay-per-view is a very good one. Thanks, life. Thanks, universe. I'm always in the perfect rotation to get fucked. But yeah, so I was at work delivering pizza, and I was not so much watching because, you know, watch the road when you drive, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes on the road and your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, and the pizza that you might be delivering if you are a delivery driver. Very important. You don't want to have some gravel or dirt or another human body or car parts in your pizza, because customers will complain. They'll probably complain if their pizza's perfectly fine, but that's another story for another day. So I was basically like half listening, I was basically like, oh, I'm listening to a live as it's happening podcast of sorts. I'm basically listening to sound effects and the announcers announcing, while every couple seconds glancing at what's going on, which is dangerous, and you shouldn't be doing that. That's a no-no. You know, people's pizzas are at risk, and I guess my safety's at risk too, but the pizza's what's important. So yeah, This was happening while I was delivering pizza. And the whole time, me, Sean, and Skylar were like, they're going to close with The Rock and Cody Rhodes segment. And at first, all of us were like, well, that sucks. Well, of course, The Rock wants to masturbate and have his main event, even though it's a talking segment. In retrospect, and honestly, as it was happening, I totally get it. I totally get why. There's no way they could not have closed with that, especially considering the way they did it. But still, so the Elimination Chamber happens, and I was under the impression, and I think a lot of people were, it's either going to be John Cena or CM Punk. And whoever wins, there's a solid chance that they're going to accept The Rock's offer, sell their soul, and turn heel. I was hoping it would be CM Punk because I so badly want CM Punk to... I know that he's probably moved on with life, but damn it, I haven't. I want CM Punk to main event WrestleMania just once. He might get it next year. It might never happen, but I would love for CM Punk to get that one WrestleMania main event. But it's interesting, though, because especially... Honestly, we all should have known what was happening. Especially with the finish of the Elimination Chamber match. The men's chamber match, the main event. So, Seth Rollins, who's already been eliminated, curb stomped CM Punk, who eliminated him. And John Cena suddenly transforms into a child on Christmas morning. His eyes light up. He yanks CM Punk to the middle of the ring, takes complete advantage of Seth Rollins attacking CM Punk, and puts Punk in the STF until Punk passes out so he can win. We should have known right there what we were in for. Because that was such an un-John Cena thing to do. And real quick, okay, this is just one little layer that I love about this. This is eerily similar to CM Punk's heel turn back on Raw 1000 in 2012. What happened in that match, it's CM Punk versus John Cena, who was cashing in his Money in the Bank. And during the match, the referee gets knocked down, and Big Show comes out, gives Cena the knockout punch, and CM Punk, who was a babyface at that moment in time, doesn't do anything. He stands there, watches, and takes advantage, and tries to pin John Cena, taking advantage of Big Show's dirty work. And again, The Rock can't... And funnily enough, The Rock comes out to make the save, and CM Punk turns heel by attacking The Rock. It's different execution, and there are some differences, but it's the same people just like, 13 years later? Very similar. Very similar, like, breadcrumb leading to the heel turn. Because CM Punk took advantage of someone else attacking John Cena, and then The Rock got involved, and then Punk turned heel. John Cena, 13 years later, took advantage of someone attacking Punk, and then The Rock came out, and then Cena turned heel. It's such an interesting parallel, the way they did it. It very much, to me, I don't know if this was intentional, but it was eerily similar to CM Punk's heel turn back in 2012. It was phenomenal, and I loved it. But, like, even before that, like, honestly, ever since John Cena lost the Royal Rumble, it's like he's slowly shifted. He's been doing very un-John Cena-like things. Like at that press conference where he was basically like, listen up, motherfuckers. I'm John Cena. I don't need to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. What's best for business, which is like one of the heel lines. What's best for business is me becoming a 17-time champion. That was a very heelish way to go about things. And then on his retirement tour, he never shows up, to the point where even other wrestlers are calling him out for it. And then he cheats to win the Elimination Chamber. The bro cheated. John Cena cheated to win the Elimination Chamber. The signs were there. The signs were there. And then okay. First off, First off, before I even get to this, the whole entire Elimination Chamber pay-per-view was fantastic. The Women's Chamber was the best Women's Chamber they've ever done. Women's Tag was fine. The unsanctioned match was good, but I have a few issues with it that I'll get more into when me, Sean, and Skylar do a more in-depth review of the show. The men's chamber match was fantastic. Just from a storytelling perspective, one of the best Elimination Chamber matches. It was so good. And honestly, this is the best Elimination Chamber pay-per-view they've ever done. This was such a great show. I would say this is the best pay-per-view they've done since WrestleMania 40. Maybe Backlash competes with it a teeny bit, but I think it's just a little bit better than Backlash, because if you take the French crowd out of Backlash, then it would have been just a regular B show. The crowd is what made that show. And the crowd helped make this show as well, because the Toronto crowd was also a key aspect of the show. And they were great. They were up for everything on this show. And even they helped elevate the so-so women's tag team match into something that was actually kind of worth watching, even though I didn't really care about it. Again, I'll get into more in-depth thoughts on everything else on the show later tonight, or tomorrow when you're watching this or listening to this. But yeah, this whole show was great, and a lot of it has to do with how they went off the air. It's like they went out with an amazing chamber match that led into an all-time, absolutely amazing, epic segment, and it all made perfect sense. So John Cena cheats to win the Elimination Chamber match, which should have been a tip-off right there. And even then, while I was delivering pizza, when he did that, and how enthusiastically he did that, I was already like, did he just cheat to win? Oh my god, he's turning heel. So I even said it out loud in my car while I was delivering pizza. I was like, oh my god, he cheated to win, he's turning heel. Even though, again, I still wasn't entirely sure. So then Cody Rhodes comes out. They don't even go to break. They don't even do it. They just immediately... Cena's celebrating and Cody comes out, which is exactly how they should have done it. And when that happened, I was like, okay. With the prospect of the John Cena heel turn and Cody coming out, I was like, okay, I can absolutely see why they're closing with this. Doing this in the middle of the show, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So Cody Rhodes comes out, and the main event of WrestleMania 41 is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE title, which is already a big match, especially considering it's John Cena's retirement year. And he's basically facing the 2025 version of Cody Rhodes. And then The Rock comes out with Travis Scott, that's his name. I've never listened to any of his music except for that stupid Fing, 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 Fing. I hate that song. Can I just say, going from Elimination Chamber, the theme song for Elimination Chamber being a song from Poppy, New Way Out by Poppy, to Fing, 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 Fing at WrestleMania is such a massive downgrade. I'm sorry, but pop does not work for wrestling. I like Poppy, but not pop. You need those extra 2 letters. I hate this modern pop music that they always go to for WrestleMania. I miss when every wrestling show had like a rock song or some kind of metal song. I wish every single wrestling show had something that sounds like Poppy. Because Poppy, having New Way Out for this show was fantastic. Alright, and I'm going off on a tangent, but... So, Travis Scott and The Rock come out. And everyone's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What is gonna... And the whole time, I'm like, John Cena's still in the ring. The longer John Cena stays in the ring, the more positive I am that he's turning heel. Because we knew at the outset Cody Rhodes is not accepting The Rock's offer. There's no way. There's no way. He's the I know that a lot of people wanted Homelander, but I just feel like that wouldn't... Cody Rhodes is the guy right now. Cody Rhodes is the top guy in WWE right now. Honestly, turning him heel honestly would have been stupid. They might have found a way to make it work, but I'm glad they didn't go that route. And no one seriously thought they were going to do that. It was a possibility, but it was not a thought in my mind. I did not believe for 1 second that they were going to turn Cody heel. So then The Rock grabs the microphone and he says, now is that we have arrived at the moment, Cody. I want your mind. I want your soul. Give me a hug. Oh, that's after he awkwardly caresses Cody's face like his dad, which was weird. The undertones for a lot of these past Cody Rock segments have been suspect to say the least. Just where's Portuguese Vegeta? I'm surprised we didn't start hearing this noise whenever The Rock was touching Cody. Thank you, Portuguese Vegeta. Your contributions have been duly noted. So yeah, that was weird. But what The Rock said next made my jaw drop. He said, if you say yes, the American Nightmare will live forever. But if you say no, the dream dies. Again. And I don't think a lot of the crowd got that. But when The Rock said that, I was like, is that a Dusty Rhodes dying reference? Holy shit, Rock! When he said that, my jaw hit the floor. This was the first time of several times that my jaw hit the floor. I was like, there's no way he just said that. There's no way he just said... Which is also not the first time I would say that on the night. I could not believe that The Rock just said that. That line was cold as fuck, dude. I could not believe he said that. And then Cody's like, you know what? I want it all, Rock. My soul no longer belongs to me. I gave it away to this ring and these people a long time ago. And of course, the crowd starts cheering. The reaction starts swelling. And the look on Cody's face, I thought to myself, please tell The Rock to go fuck himself. Because I was thinking of the AEW segment with Edge and Christian, where Christian told Edge to go fuck himself. And then Cody says, hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. That was me. That was me when Cody said that. I had already given my customer the pizza, but I was still in their yard because I was watching what was happening. I'm glad that they did not notice that their pizza delivery driver was still in their yard, jumping up and down and screaming in his car, because that probably would have very much concerned them. But that is exactly how I reacted. Again, my jaw was beneath my car at this point. Like, my jaw burst through the seat of the car, firmly planted in the ground. And I was just like, I cannot believe they just had Cody Rhodes say that. This is the first time in WWE history that they have allowed and scripted for someone to drop the F-bomb uncensored on their programming. Absolutely monumental. And considering what The Rock just said to him, that reference about Dusty dying, yeah, absolutely, the appropriate response is go fuck yourself. But the fact that he said it, oh my God, mind blown. But we weren't done yet! We were not done yet! We absolutely were not done yet. He turns to John Cena, who's still in the ring, which again, the longer Cena was in the ring, the more positive I was that the heel turn was coming. He shakes John Cena's hands basically and gives him a hug basically like, alright, it's me and you. It's me and you at WrestleMania. And then John Cena locks eyes with The Rock. His facial expression changes. The Rock does the throat slit gesture. Everyone starts freaking out. And then John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the balls. And I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs like a little girl. I was losing my sanity in a random person's yard in my car with the Pizza Hut topper on my car. My only complaint is, why wasn't this the show that I got to watch at my house live? Oh, Lord. I know how to pick them, don't I? Man. And then, of course, Cena starts beating the shit out of Cody with that Rolex, with the whole backstory about Dusty Rhodes pawning it and then them finding it, and that whole thing. And then Travis Scott slaps the shit out of Cody, and then and then The Rock takes off the weight belt and starts whipping him with it. Meanwhile, everyone in the arena, everyone on X, everyone on Facebook, everyone on YouTube, everyone on Instagram, collectively losing their shit. The entire internet was in a state of absolute meltdown. It was magical. It was majestic. This is the greatest heel turn that I have ever seen live. I was not there when Hulk Hogan turned heel, and that is the biggest heel turn of all time. I would say this is a very, 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 very close second. Because never in a million years did I ever think John Cena would turn heel. And in his retirement year, no less. Also, just want to point out the fact that Cody Rhodes is the babyface that made The Rock and John Cena turn heel. If that does not tell you how much WWE believes in Cody Rhodes, I don't know what does. I literally was delivering pizza for the rest of the night in almost silence, just unable to comprehend the insanity that I just saw. And one thing that I saw on the internet was a lot of people saying, well, it certainly feels like the road to WrestleMania now. No shit! No shit! You don't say. You don't say. Oh my god, that was the best ending to a pay-per-view since Cody Rhodes finished his story. That was absolutely magnificent, absolutely monumental. I want to watch Monday Night Raw so bad. I cannot wait for Monday Night Raw. I cannot wait to talk more about this show with Sean and Skylar. Just, oh boy! We got heel John Cena. My mind just cannot. I can't even right now. I can't even right now. Ladies and gentlemen.